Mommy? Yes, dear. Remember on Christmas when you told me the Christmas story? Yeah, I remember that. And then you said that on Easter you would tell me the Easter story? Well, tomorrow's Easter and I don't know the story. Can you tell it to me? Oh, yes. Why don't you go get the Bible and meet me by the fire? Okay. Do you know where the Bible is? Yep, I keep it in my playhouse. Here it is. Here you go, Mom. Thank you, hon. Why don't you get the resurrection eggs? Oh, I know where those are. Yeah. Let me just try to get them out here. Yeah. Alrighty, Mommy, I got them. Yes, you did. Okay, why don't you line them up and maybe back? Okay, go ahead and open it. Alrighty. Okay, let me start. Okay, so one day, Jesus was riding into Jerusalem on a donkey. Honey, go ahead and open up the first egg. Okay, Mommy. Okay, the first one is a blue egg. It's a donkey! Wow. Wowee! Yes, hon, it's a donkey. What's the donkey for again? Let me tell you one more time. Jesus was riding into town, into Nazareth on a donkey. And everyone was rejoicing that he was there. And everyone was saying, Hosanna! Messiah! Jesus! But Jesus, he was frowning. Because he could see sin in their hearts. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay. Then a few days later, one of his disciples, that disciple's name was Judah. He went over to some other people and Jesus went over to some other people and they said, "Hey you, aren't you a follower of that Jesus dude?" He said, "Yeah, why?" He said, "We want to kill him." "Yeah. What's in it for me?" "Honey, can you please open up the next egg?" "Okay." Whoa, it's money! And the man said, "I'll give you 30 pieces of silver if you come with us and kill Jesus." He said, "Yes, that would be great. Woohoo, I'm rich now!" And then, a few days later, Jesus decided to have a supper, and that was the Last Supper. Ooh, that sounds cool. Yes, it was. Can you open the next egg? Okay. It's a cup to represent the Last Supper. Wow. Why did he drink out of it? I don't know. I think he drank wine. Cool. Alrighty. To the Last Supper. Or something. Yeah, refreshing. Wow, this is really, really cool. Yes, it is. What happens next? Okay. So then, Jesus went to the garden and, hon, will you please open up the last egg? Well, the next egg. Sure, Mom. Whoa, it's praying hands. He prayed to his Father and said, I will be with you soon, and thank you for everything. He said a prayer. Kill him, came and took him. Took him with this. Honey, can you please open the next egg? Yeah. Whoa, it's a whip. It's a whip. Because then they whipped Jesus. Yeah. And they threw rocks at him. And basically embarrassed him, kinda. Disciples. When a rooster crows 3 times, you have betrayed me. They were like, no, we would never betray you, Jesus. Never. All the people who didn't like Jesus came and said to them, do you guys believe in this king? He says he is. Do ya? And the first disciple said, no, I have no clue who he is. And the next one said, no, I don't believe in him. He's terrible. And the next one said, there's no way I believe in such a false person, pet. And then, honey, can you please open the next egg? Okay. A rooster! Uh-huh. The rooster crowed. Caw-caw! 1. Caw-caw! 2. Caw-caw! 3 times. And they had betrayed Jesus. I'm a rooster. What happens next, Mommy? And do you remember that this is a true story? Yeah. Okay. Then they made Jesus a crown of thorns. And they made a cross out of a oak tree. And then they went up to a hill. I don't remember which hill. And they stood up the cross and they placed Jesus on it. Hun, will you please open up the next 2 eggs? Yeah! 1, 2. Excuse my dog barking. Okay. Wow, a crown of thorns and a cross. Why does it look like it was made out of nails? I'm about to tell you that, hon. And they had a bunch of people there to watch. They digged the crown of thorns into his head. What are the nails for? I'm about to tell you. And they nailed his hands and feet to the cross with 3 nails. That's awful. It was. And then a few days or hours or something like that later, someone came back with a spear because they didn't know if he was dead or not. 2 other people were crucified on the cross with them, and their legs were broken. But Jesus says, no bone to be broken. They stabbed in a spear through him. And out came blood and water, for they had known that he was dead. Then they took... That never happened. And can you please open up the next egg? Sure. Whoa, it's a cloth! Because then, Jesus in a cloth. And then they placed him into a tomb in a garden that no one had ever been laid in. And they left him there. Hun, can you open the next egg? Definitely. Oh, this one's heavy. A stone? Yes. Because when Jesus was in there, he was in there for 3 days. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. there are two soldiers sitting outside of the door. And suddenly, the stone rolled open, and the soldiers were frightened. Ah! And they ran away with fear. But Jesus, he rose from the dead. I'm alive now. Wow. And then a few days later, well, one day, Mary was walking to his tomb. She saw that it was open. She went to get some of the disciples. And she brought them back. Let's look in the tomb. But when they looked in the tomb, hon, are you gonna open up the last egg? Yeah, sure. The last egg? Huh? Oh, it's light. There's nothing in them. Excuse my family talking. But we're missing one. No, when they looked in the tomb, there's absolutely nothing in it. Oh, did he die again? Yes, he's back up there and he's coming back down again. One day. Wow, that's cool. And honey, that is the story of Easter. That is so cool. Are there any songs that go with Easter? Well, I don't really know any of them, but there are a few songs, I think, that are kind of related to Easter. Really? Oh, what about this one? Oh, I'm home. Oh, hey, hon. Daddy! Yeah. Hey, what's going on here? Mommy was just telling me the story of Easter. Yes, she was. And we were just about to sing a song. Okay, may I join in? That's not her. Yeah, sure. What can wash away my sin? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. What can make me new again? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Oh, precious is the snow that makes me white as snow. No other fount I know. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Hello, guys. And yes, his tomb is in the background. Oh well. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, guys, like I said at Christmas, I didn't just do this because it's the main Easter story or Christmas story, even though it was, but, I did it because I really do believe in him. He really did be born in a manger and die on a cross and resurrect, and he's coming back again. One day, I knew it. And I did this because I want to share him with everyone. If I can at least share the gospel with everyone who watches this and change their life, and then they can share it, and that would just be so amazing. Now, guys, I don't want to see any comments like, he's not real, you're dumb, and stuff like that. But, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let's, put in the comments, nothing but the blood of Jesus. That will work. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. And I hope you guys are going to become Christians like I am. And also, I'm so sorry for all the noise downstairs. My dog was barking, my family was talking. Sorry about that. But bye.